Hello students. Last week we had a main review on the basic parts that we are going to take in our English course, and we had a quick revision on some of the points that we took last year in English 4. Now we are going to start today with our first lesson that we have here in the book, which is actually the intro part. Now we have before Unit 1, there is the intro. Now we're going to see what we have in our lesson today. So we're going to start with Mega Goal 5 for third year students. And in our introduction that we have here, we have this statement. It is better to work as a team than individually. What do you think? So let's just go back to the statement. It is better to work as a team than individually. Now, a lot of people, they work as teams. They work as groups. They achieve and progress a lot of things, like we can see in work environments. We can see a lot of teamwork. They can be in classes. They can be between younger people or older people, and they progress something, or they have the same aim and goal that they reach together. Other people, on the other hand, they like to work individually, which means that they like to work by themselves. They like to perform everything without the help of other people. So here, going back to our statement we have here, it is better to work as a team than individually. They say that it is better to work as a team. What do you think? Who are they? Now you can see that we have here some people. And how do you feel about them? So what does it mean? Now, in the world, we have many famous people. They have achieved a lot of things, and they are famous for making a lot of accomplishments in the world. Who are these people? Do you know any examples or some people that you admire personally, that they have achieved goals in life and they have been useful for the people around them? And how do you feel about them? As we said, do you admire them? Do you want to be like them? Do you always follow them and see what they have done new in the world? So we are talking about people who have sacrificed and worked hard for the benefit of other people. Now you can see here we have an techno picture. We have here something about technology, and we're going to see what is the question. Would you take a course on future studies? Now, which means that we have here something that is related to the future. And as you know that there are lots of things that are related to the future. You know that there are some projects in the future. Technology is also related to the future because it is something that changes all the time. And there are a lot of foresights for the future. Now, one of the things that we have is future studies. It is a kind of study that is related to the future and what are the options that we have. Now, how about you? Would you like to take a course in future studies or not? Then we have, would you buy it? So we have here a shopping picture, and we have here some shopping bags, and you can see that there is just something that is related to what do you buy. So there are lots of things that you see every day that can be bought, some things that you need and other things that we actually don't need. So when you see something that is unusual or something that is not very common, or you don't have it, would you buy it? Now, these are 4 topics. We pass by the question, what do you think? Who are they and how do you feel about them? Would you take a course on future studies? Would you buy it? Now notice that the common word that we have here in all the parts is you. So we are interested in what you think, what is your point of view, how do you feel about these topics. So when someone asks you a question, concerning what you think, there are certain answers that you can answer. So how will you give your answers? Just think about it. If someone says, what do you think? What is your point of view? Do you agree or do you don't agree? So we have here, what are your answers? What are the phrases that you can use? We can use different phrases like, for example, we have here phrases and expressions. In my opinion, I feel that, I believe, I think. So here, these are just expressions. We have other phrases that you can also think about and maybe something that you already know. Now these expressions, you can use them to show your point of view, to show what do you think about these things. So we can say that, in my opinion, studying about the future is something very important. I feel that lots of things in the shopping market or in the market in general, they are unnecessary. I believe that teamwork can accomplish a lot more than an individual can. I think that there are many distinguished people in the world that have achieved, and they deserve to be famous and well known for it. So I gave you some points of view depending on what we have here. As I said, there are other expressions that you can also use. So we have here, these are just phrases that you can pass by and you can use, or you can think about something else. We're going to see what we have. Now, as we have here, there are opinions. You can agree or you like something, don't like it very much, or completely refuse it. Also, there is the POV, which means point of view. What is your point of view? You have a view. What is it? And also we have here to disagree or to agree, and disagree, actually. So we have here any kind of a topic, a subject. You can agree with it or disagree. It depends on your thoughts. Now, our learning objectives are: listen and identify structures, learn new vocabulary about collaborative learning, self-made people, future studies and TV commercials, express opinion and viewpoint argument, agree and disagree. So we have here argument, which means to agree or disagree. So let's start. Open your books on page number 2. Now we have some parts. You are going to listen to me while I am reading, and you are going to just think about the main ideas that you have in each part. Starting with the first one. And you are asked, of course, to identify words or phrases that convey information, facts, and or opinion. The first part, what do you think? Collaborative learning promotes teamwork in class. Learners work together in small or large teams. However, it is not always easy for individuals to work effectively with others. Some learners prefer to work on their own first and then share ideas and information. Others are reluctant to share because they want to impress the teacher with their performance. Negative competition in class tends to prevent students from working together, as they feel that they need to keep what they know to themselves in order to gain credit against everyone else in class. The second part. What do people mean when they say that someone is self-made? They usually refer to success stories of individuals who have been able to recognize and utilize opportunities in their lives for the purposes of improving their personal living standards, gaining respect in their community, and helping others. Can you think of successful self-made people in your country? Who are they? How do you feel about them? And then we have in the second page, you can just look at the second page. We took 2 parts and we are going to take also other 2 parts. So let's start. Would you take a course on future studies? Have you heard of the terms future studies or strategic foresight? Future studies is an interdisciplinary field that studies and analyzes current and past changes with respect to tomorrow. For example, many people believe that the Earth's ecosystem will collapse in the near future, while others believe that it will survive. A foresight approach would analyze and highlight the assumptions underpinning such views. Would you choose to take a course on future studies at university? The last part, would you buy it? Infomercials are longer television commercials that include demonstrations of product features and customer comments. A toll-free number, telephone number, and/or website is included for potential buyers, accompanied by an offer you can't refuse. Now you can see that the 4 parts that we have just passed by, they are related to the 4 topics that I asked you about at the beginning. What do you feel about them? What is your point of view? Do you agree or disagree? And actually, these 4 topics, they are main topics that we will inshallah pass by in our units. We will discuss them. Now we have 4 units. One is about teamwork. One is about famous figures. One is about shopping and advertising. And one is about future and what we have in the future. So here, these topics and the parts that we have just passed by, and you listen to me read, now they have some kind of ideas that you have to just see. Do you agree with them or don't agree? So we have here, which topic did you like more and why? So from the 4 topics that we have here, which topic did you like more? And you have to say or express why. Why did you like the topic? Also, which topic did you find least interesting and why? So we can say that other topics, they are not your cup of tea. You don't like to talk about them so much, but you have to also express why. Why don't you like them, or why are they least interesting for you? Now we have here, these are the 4 topics that we have, and we can relate also our topics to our own environment, like the future here, and we can relate to our own Saudi vision for 2030, and what are the things or ideas that we have in mind for the future. Now your task is to look for different expressions and phrases to express opinion, point of view, and agreement. So just take a look at it. Okay, so we have here your task again, to look for different expressions and phrases to express opinion, which means that you are going to look for other expressions that are different from the ones that we mentioned. You are going to go back, read the discussion parts that we have in the pages 2 and 3, and also you are going to just try to use other expressions that show your point of view, your opinion, your argument. You agree or disagree with the topic that we have. Our outline for the day in our intro is discussing, so we discussed the 4 parts or the 4 topics that we have. We have also listening parts, so you listen to me while I was reading. And we have also expressing. So this is your turn, and this is what we're going to complete in the next lesson, inshallah, when we express what do we think about the topics that we have. So look for the phrases and we will continue inshallah tomorrow.